The Mithril Emperor has made his decree, and the Labyrinth Lord has set about constructing the Gauntlet Sprawl, a grand series of trials so perilous as to push competitors to their limits. How will these contenders survive? Cunning, skill, mystical powers, brute force. Destiny and doom hang in the balance for every single Gauntlet runner. Welcome to Gauntlet Runner. I am your game master, Esper. This is a semi-competitive form of D&D in which players attempt hardcore dungeon runs. Today's competitor is Bob, host of the YouTube channel Tabletop Bob. Will his many years of RPG and wargaming experience lead him to victory, or will we see him ripped to pieces on the tabletop? Hello, Bob.
How's it going?
Good, man. Glad to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited for this one, and I mentioned this in our chat. I've grown so attached to my character now. If he dies, I don't know what I'll do.
Well, he might die for great spectacle.
I know every character is disposable in this Gauntlet run, so he knows that. I'm aware of it, but I've grown really attached to him. I think he's gonna. I hope he's got what it takes to make it.
Well, I'm going to show his stats on the screen here, and why don't you just tell us a little bit about your character?
Sure. This is Zurgon Moonwalker. Zurgon is basically a orc who has been imprisoned wrongfully and is now running this maze. He's a bit more wiry of an orc. He doesn't really rely on his physical strength. He's more of a hit and run or using a bow and arrow. He is wearing adventurer's clothes. Well, actually, I don't know if there's any requirements because I came out of jail, but I would have adventurer's clothing, and he wears his custom feathered cap. That's his calling card there, almost like a Indiana Jones with the feather in it.
All right, Zurgon. Well, you sound equipped enough to get going. Let's delve in.
Let's do it.
You are in a room, interior stonework architecture room, and at the center of the room there is a stairway leading down. In this room with you, there are three figures. Two of them are armored guards. One of them is a cloaked man. These three are the ones who led you here into the Gauntlet Sprawl. The cloaked man points at the stairway. Gauntlet Runner, down there is your trial. Your challenge is to make it all the way through the gauntlet. You have 3 hours in which to do so. Take heed. Any area that is marked with the symbol of Morpheus the Dreamer is a sanctuary. There are no monsters in those areas, no traps. As long as nothing follows you in, a sanctuary is a secure place. Now your time has come to descend.
Well, if you say so. And I'll look back at him really quick before I leave, and I say, "You said 3 hours, right?"
Yes.
What's the record?
I cannot say.
He laughs and he turns around, starts to walk down, descending into this maze. He's ready.
Zurgon, you come down the stairway and you find yourself in a corridor. The walls are masterwork, masonry. Some expert has clearly put this together. The ceiling is about 10 feet high. Illumination is via these sconces with ever-burning flames.
As I approach, I'm going to draw a weapon as I go down because I don't want to be caught unprepared. So he'll slowly take out his short bow. So there's light, though, you said? Sconces,
yes.
Ever-burning light?
Yes, you see one right there at the elbow of the corridor.
So he's going to go very close to the edge and carefully peer around it. There you go. And he looks kind of with the side of his eye there. What do I see?
I'll give your token a little nudge so you can peer through. The corridor goes to the north, and it soon will open into a different sort of room. It looks like a cave. The walls are rough, natural stone, irregular, and you see giant mushrooms. The ceiling is still only about 10 feet high, and the giant mushrooms are big. They're like man-sized. Some of them reach up to the ceiling. Some of them are pretty thick. A moister atmosphere and a bit of a mildewy smell.
You didn't tell me there was going to be dinner. And he'll start to approach. He's got a little bit of a slow walk to himself. He doesn't really go too far. but he's going to go and all the time, but kind of looking at the walls as he passes through and gets to the entrance to the fungus room here.
As you step forward, an iron gate slides down from behind.
Ooh.
Truly, you are sealed into this place.
All right, I like it. Accepting this challenge, he'll step forward. I am going to just do a quick... I want to listen to see what's in the other room as I get closer before I peek in. All right, here we go. Should roll.
Up ahead, there's not much sound, save one thing, just a slight shuffling noise. It's no difficulty to hear it. Something is moving around kind of towards the northwestern area. A step?
Okay, and I will move up towards the corner of the room here. I'll take out a mirror that I have in the backpack, and I'll just use it to kind of see what's in the room without having to risk poking my head out.
So over here, there's wall, and you see some more of these giant mushrooms. But mainly they seem to be on this side of the room. The other side is largely clear. You don't see any movement. Nothing catches your eye. There's that shuffling sound again, though, more towards the northwest. And this time there's a bit of a low moan going with it. And a squeak like that of a rat.
I'm thinking there's something out there, so I'm going to ready the bow and step forward to see if I can get a better sight. I see a corner of the room. Is that what it is? Right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some sort of jet.
Okay. I'm going to take... Is there like a rock or something I can take on the floor here? I see some little rubble pieces.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to take it and I want to toss it past the corner and see what comes out. Toss it to about here.
Click, clack. The rock clacks upon the floor. There's a shuffling noise, and you see a creature, an undead, zombified man with gray-green flesh, nondescript, just kind of threadbare tunic, doesn't have any equipment. There are some rats crawling on him. One is even like gnawing at his cheek, and he's like, pulls the rat off and like flings it against the wall, and it scurries away.
Oh, okay, so he was bothered by the rat. All right.
Now, he might notice you. Make a stealth check. Okay.
21.
The zombie hasn't noticed you. It kind of grunts and then shuffles back this way.
Oh, even better.
A listless thing, and you've used the walls there to hide yourself, and he just didn't notice you.
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is Zurgan's going to... He does tend to like mumble to himself quite a bit, so he's going to say, "Fool didn't see me." And he's going to sneak up on him at the corner, and I would love to try to get a surprise attack on him with my bow.
All right. Go ahead and move your token up there and take your shot with advantage.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That's easy.
The arrow hits.
19. Excellent. Excellent. All right, so here's my damage with the bow, or a total of 9.
Okay. The arrow clips the zombie, and it starts to wheel around. Go ahead and roll for initiative. You'll have advantage for surprise. The zombie, wheels about, staggering, and you've surprised the thing. It's your turn.
I'm going to knock another arrow, and this time, after I shoot, I might retreat back to that little hole there. I don't see any other zombies, right? It's just him?
You only see the one.
Okay, so I'm going to roll and attack. And that's going to be a total of 14.
You easily hit the shuffling bag of undead flesh.
And that's going to be a total of 7 extra damage.
He has an arrow protruding from his gut now.
Ooh. I will take this opportunity to use my speed and get a little view of the rest of this room without getting too close to him, and then retreat back the rest of my 30 feet to the hallway corridor. Okay. I just want to move here first, so I'll go...
Yeah, I'd say do the 9. First move. There you go.
Okay.
All right, you move up there, and you do see that to the northwest, the cave is connecting back with some corridor.
Then I'll use the rest of my 20 feet to get back to the cave.
The zombie has no heed for its well-being and comes shuffling towards you with its arms outstretched, wanting to, rip you up. It's used a dash to get there, as it's a slow thing. We're back to your turn.
Gotcha. Okay, great. At this point, though, I am in trouble here because I am engaged, right? It's engaged me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so... Oh, actually, I used the Vex property. I hit it last turn. I should have had advantage. But either way, advantage on my next attack roll. So I can hold my short bow in one hand, correct? Take out my scimitar in the other.
Okay.
I'll do that. Actually, no, I'll take out my short sword. That's got Vex as well. So I'll do the short sword here and see what happens here. And it should have advantage. Should I roll again? I apologize. I forgot about that.
Go for it.
All right, here we go. Second advantage attack is a 12.
You have vexed your foe, and you now slash him with the scimitar.
And I got another 7 damage.
Okay, the zombie is going to be making a fortitude, or rather a constitution saving throw for undead fortitude against a DC of 12. It succeeds. You slash the thing. So you like gash it open across its midsection. Yep. It staggers back for a moment, but does not actually keel over, and it's still going.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, I don't think I want to retreat any further, because then I really will be stuck in that little hallway. So I might end up trying to take this attack right here. We'll see if I can endure. Go ahead.
The zombie reaches out for you with undead malice. 11. You dodge out of this way of its swiping hands. Back to you.
Sweet. All right, then I am going to drop my short bow this time and draw my scimitar. So now I have both weapons out. And I'm going to start with the scimitar because it's got the nick property, so I'm going to be able to do my short sword and scimitar all as part of the same attack here. The first one will have advantage because of the vex from previous. 21.
Easily hits.
Okay, let's see if I can kill him with a 8. No!
You slash the creature again, hacking off a section of undead flesh, and the thing does not fall over. It's still going for you.
All right, my shorthand or offhand weapon. A 19 on the dice, so it's going to be a hit.
Okay.
And this does not add the damage to the roll, the extra damage from Dex to the roll, so it's just a straight 6. Straight 6. I'm rolling all right with that.
Still, it continues. You're stabbing into organs that have long since ceased their function. And it once again, yeah, you tried. Once again, it swipes at you, trying to rip you up. Natural 1. You easily evade it, and it's back to your turn.
All right, I'm gonna maybe do something here. I'm gonna just go around him. I'm gonna stay away from the fungi. I'm gonna go this way around him, and just get on the other side in case I want to make a run for it. I can get to a place that is further away, and I'm gonna do
circle around your foe.
Correct. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna do my first attack with short scimitar. It should be with advantage, and I thought I clicked it on. I apologize. I'm not sure why I didn't do that. Okay, here we go. Another nat 1. Okay, it was not meant to be.
You struggle to strike your foe, but I think you have an offhand attack.
Yes, I do, yeah. So let's see if I can make up for it here. If I can kill him here, that would be great. I feel like it's only amount of time before he gets to me. So that's a 16. That's going to be a hit, right?
You skirmish about the zombie, and your dance of steel finally lands a blow, and it finally fails the undead fortitude saving throw. You stab it through the eye into what remains of the rancid brain beyond the socket. It staggers back and falls to the ground. A few rats scurry off of its fully dead body into dark corners.
And then I want to just make sure it's really gone. Zergon is, like I said, very, very meticulous here. He's going to chop the head off. He's going to saw that off in case this thing comes back to bite him later.
It's grisly work, but you decapitate the zombie.
Now I'm going to quickly look towards the room. Is there anything here that I think would be useful, like maybe these mushrooms? Could they be of some sort of help to me? I'll scan the mushrooms, and if you think there's any relative check, I can make it. Okay,
so just in looking at the mushrooms, the only thing that really strikes you is that they're big. There's a few different varieties there, like different kinds of mushrooms, but nothing like immediately grabs you. If you would like to try to identify them or see if you know more about them, you can make a nature check.
Okay, let's do that. All right, so I rolled a 7, and my total nature bonus is -1, so 6. I know a lot about mushrooms, it seems.
Okay. You're not really sure what exactly these mushrooms are about. Again, there's no obvious effects on them. There's no strong smells. There's no spores emanating from them. They're just kind of big mushrooms.
Yeah. Wasn't really a fan. And I'll move on, because I don't think anything of mushrooms. I'm going to go to this northwestern corridor here. I'll leave this alcove alone. It's got more mushrooms. I don't think I care about the mushrooms. So I'm going to go, but I do know that some mushrooms are bad. I've definitely encountered some bad mushrooms before, so I maybe don't want to get too close or touch them. So I'm going to try to stay as close to the wall and avoid them entirely till I get to about here. More hallway.
You
And a
use
door.
caution and, flatten yourself against the wall to avoid, brushing against mushrooms. And the corridor goes in a diagonal angle up towards the northeast, and you see a stone door, a heavy stone door. It doesn't really have much embellishment on it. It's fairly plain. It does have just this one protrusion that could serve as a grip to pull it open.
Okay. I know I might not have said it, but I'm definitely going to pick up my short bow. I lost 2 arrows in that as well, correct? Yeah, 2 arrows, yeah. So I'll pick up my short bow, and if any of those other arrows can be retrieved, I'll try to retrieve them from the zombie's body.
Yes, the arrows you can pull out of the zombie's body, and they are still functional.
All right, so I take them out, pick up my short bow, I'll stow it away. Seems like we might be going to close quarters, so I'll keep the swords out for now. And I'll approach cautiously. I want to just real quick, the floor here, does it look like there's any sort of like trap up against the door, some sort of pressure plate? I could even tap with a pole if that'll work.
So you get the pole, and you're tapping with the pole on the ground?
Yeah, like the next space in front of me.
Okay. All right, you tap the ground with the pole. Nothing happens. If you'd like to roll a perception check, we can consider that to be you inspecting the way ahead, the door.
Sure. I think that he's going to be cautious here. He knows these mazes are dangerous. Mm-hmm. So perception is going to be a total of roll a 2. So he feels like he sees it all.
Nothing grabs your attention.
I'll put the pole away and I'll run up to the door. All right. I assume I'm still alive?
Still alive.
Okay. The door just has one handle?
Yeah, it's something like a protrusion that could be gripped.
I'll grip it, and I'll see if it gives way.
It takes a bit of effort. You have to kind of pull at it for a while, but eventually you get the thing opened, and there is a circular chamber beyond. On the left, there is a stone pedestal with a grappling hook on top of it. There is another stone pedestal to the right with a glass phial, a potion of some kind. On the northern end, there's a smaller pedestal made of wood. The top of it is carven into the likeness of an owl. As soon as you open that door, these 2 larger stone pedestals begin to sink. They begin descending pretty quickly.
The pedestals that have the grappling hook and the potion on them?
Yep.
I'm going to run into the room. I just want to get to see them closer, especially the potions. Are the potions, do they look like...
it's going down real fast. Do you have any quick thing you'd want to do?
I'll grab the potions. If there are multiples, I'll grab whatever I can with...
Just the one.
One hand.
Just the one on this right pedestal. Okay, so you actually grab it up right as the thing sinks into the ground, and a stone plate slides over, sealing it off, and then the grappling hook's just gone.
Grappling hook's gone. That's okay. Don't need a grappling hook. He doesn't need that. Potion, though. Does it look like a healing potion?
Yeah. Yeah, it has that kind of creamy golden color, smells a little bit pleasant.
I'll store that some safe place. And I want to check out this owl.
A wooden pedestal, you might call it, or maybe like a small column shape, comes up to about your chest. The top of it's carved to look like an owl. Pretty nicely made. It's fastened to the floor.
Mumbles a joke to himself. Wonder who left this here. And he'll move on. Not interested in owls too much.
Okay. You see a larger room to the east now. And then continuing the east, there's another bit of corridor, and then like maybe a smaller room. At the far end, all the way to the farthest extent you can see to the east, there is another door. It's kind of a nicer looking door. It's made of wood and has these like brass finishings.
Okay. I'll approach this opening cautiously to see the bigger room. Oh, it looks like a very big hallway.
Your dark vision is allowing you to see quite far in because the light doesn't actually extend, more than like halfway through.
Right.
It's a pretty large room. The far end of it has these 4 alcoves, and each alcove has a stoneware urn or a jar with a lid. The ceiling is high in this room. It's not a 10-foot, it's a 25-foot ceiling. Along the ceiling, kind of covering the whole ceiling, are giant spiders made of stone, as though like petrified giant spiders fused with the ceiling.
Don't like that. And you said there are like these urns or something, some sort of containers at the alcoves at the end?
Yes.
All right. I want to look up against this wall to the south. Do I notice like anything like if people pass here, maybe like there's some sort of damage, like would walking across it maybe give me some sort of blast or arrows?
Make another perception check.
21.
The floor of this larger room has a vast amount of tiny concealed holes in it, and that gives you pause.
Ooh. Like the just like the whole area of this leading up to the alcoves?
Yeah, the whole place. They're hard to see because they're discreet, but it's just riddled, just completely riddled with these tiny holes.
Would you say that they are like what diameter of them? Would they be like a pencil size or even smaller?
Yeah, like pencil size.
Okay. Ooh. I'm going to take off my hat, and I'm going to just kind of toss it in the center of the room, like right here. See what happens.
Your hat lands on the floor, there's no effect.
Let's see. I'm going to follow the course of my hat that it flew in the air and pick it up.
All right, so a couple things. I'm going to move your token back to here.
Sure.
So you're just entering in. Let's do an initiative check. I think that's going to keep things best organized. Okay, go ahead and roll for initiative there.
All right. That's going to be 21.
Okay, so first thing, you step into the room and vicious spikes stab up from those holes. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Had a feeling that was going to be bad. Let's see how this goes.
Not great.
4.
All right, you are stabbed. You take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
So you've moved 5 feet on your turn. You still have the rest of your speed and your action.
Down to 9. That's not good. Do the spikes, you said they retract back once I'm done, or do I have to go back?
The spikes retract back into the ground. It's plain to see that this is like a continuously active trap.
Okay, so it retreats back, and I got to figure out a way to get through this. Okay. Let's see. What can I possibly do? How tall were the spikes? Could I gauge that? Like how much?
About like a dagger or so.
Okay, so like maybe like
few
too
inches?
much for like
6 inches?
Yeah, okay. But I do have a rope and grappling hook myself, right? Yes, grappling hook and rope are separate. Yes, okay. I have them both on my sheet. I think I will look to the spiders up top and pray that these spiders don't come alive as I try to grappling hook on top of them.
Okay, so you sling a grappling hook up there and make a dexterity check.
Okay. So straight dexterity is just +3.
All right.
5.
You don't actually get the grappling hook caught just this first try.
I'm also worried because now my famed hat is in the middle of this spike trap. So I got to get that back. I could just at least get the hat back. So I'm going to try to just grapple my hat back at this point and pull it close, like, drag it to me.
Okay, so we'll say that is everything that would compose a single turn.
Sure.
The second urn, the lid jostles. It rattles and it actually pops open partway, and an apparition flies out of it right at you. And it tries to stab you with a spectral knife.
What?
You avoid the ghostly blade, and the apparition is gone just as quickly as it appeared.
Oh, dear Lord.
Round 2, your turn.
I want to get my hat real quick. I try to get it with the grappling hook. Do you want me to roll?
Okay.
This matters.
Your hat. You fish it. You fish in your hat.
Okay, great. I fish in the hat, and I'm going to just take a moment and step back here to the owl statue again. I don't know if this is going to draw an attack from the spectral creature again, but I'm going to hide in this room again next to the owl.
No, the screaming ghostly thing does not assail you again.
Does the owl look like it could be moved?
It's fastened to the floor. Yeah, it's fastened to the floor, so it would, you'd have to kind of break it or undo it or something.
Let me see if it does have a function. If there's, I'll feel around it, see if there's any like mechanism or thing I can touch, if it is able to be pulled out.
Mm-hmm. You want to make another perception check? So we'll consider this searching the wooden owl statue.
So that's a 10.
Okay. You look all about it. The back can be opened.
Okay. Maybe you were more of help. Maybe if you could speak to me. I'll open the back of the owl and see what's in it.
You open the concealed compartment. Inside is a chain, and the chain like goes down to the base where the thing's affixed to the ground. So it's like maybe a pole chain. Is what it looks like.
Let's pull it. Let it rip.
Okay, you do so, and stones slide aside. A way opens through the wall into a secret room.
Thanks for the chat. I knew you were a hoot, and I slap it on the head. And I'm going to move into this room. What is this place?
Zergon, you come into a rather nondescript, small circular chamber. It's lit by a blue ever-burning flame, a dim light flame. There is a single item on the floor. It's sort of a quartz-looking crystal and looks to be flecked with brass.
That's bait, I say as I move around it, eyeing it cautiously. I'm going to stow my grappling hook and my rope away for right now, because I don't need that. I'm going to try to stay 10 feet away from it and tap it with the pole and see if it will even move or if it does have some sort of effect.
You jostle the little crystal. Nothing happens.
It does move around and it's like I can pick it up easily.
Seems normal.
I'll start to like use my pole almost like a hockey stick and kind of like move it into this room slowly. Bring it back to the owl.
Okay.
And I say to the owl, "You want this? Is this something you need?" Almost expecting a response from the owl.
The owl is just wood.
Yeah. All right. And I say, "If you don't want it, I'm going to take it." The owl looks back at me, blank stare still.
Its large eyes stare at you.
Okay. He's certain that this owl is now of a greater importance, so he's going to pick up the crystal with his hands, bare hands.
You pick it up. Nothing bad's happening. Nice looking quartz flecked with brass. It feels slightly warm to the touch. That's the only thing irregular about it. Let me ask you a question about Zergon. Would you say that he has just like a general familiarity with the gods of the land? Like the major gods.
Now, Bob may not know all of them, but Zergon is, I would say, he's religious. He knows the gods, and he's a little superstitious.
Well, now that you look at it, you're convinced that this owl is actually a symbol of Morpheus the Dreamer, a god of dreams, of rest, of healing, and even of intoxicants. You believe this is one of the sanctuaries.
Ah, of course, this is the sanctuary. You'll keep me safe, right, Morpheus?
Everything is tranquil in the room.
Okay, I'll pocket this gem. Maybe this will come into play later. And I'll go back to the grappling hook area where I need to maybe like swing across. I check. Are there any ghosts in those urns again? Any apparitions?
Well, what are you doing specifically?
Just peering around the corner again, just getting a look at those urns, see if they're any scary ghosts coming out of it.
You're peering around and waiting.
Yeah. Oh no!
Yep. After just a moment or so, it assails you again. I'll even give you half cover to your AC from the wall there. 23 to hit.
That's gonna hit me.
The thing stabs you with a spectral knife, dealing 3 force damage to you. It potentially knocks you prone onto the ground, though I don't know that just the moment you getting knocked prone would actually change anything. So we'll just kind of, for narrative's sake, say your character got knocked back onto his behind, and then you like pick yourself up and do what you want to do.
He scurries back to the sanctuary. He's frightened right now. Again, a little stitious, so he goes back and he goes back to the Morpheus owl, and he's like, "You should have warned me about them." And he's going to drink that. What he assumes is a healing potion.
It has a pleasant, creamy taste, a light aroma. Roll 3d4 plus 3.
Okay. That's going to bring me back to full.
You feel vigor run through you. Though there is another effect, a secondary effect, a surprising and even randomized one. Roll a d6.
Oh boy. This could be bad. A 1.
your body begins glowing. 20 feet of bright light and another 20 feet of dim light.
I say, Morpheus, you've cursed me! Now everyone can see me! What have I done wrong? And he's gonna sulk for a minute, or for a moment, but he's gonna get his grappling hook ready. And he says, I'll show you, to the owl, and he's gonna go right up to the thing and try the grappling hook before the apparition can get at him. So I'm gonna try a grappling hook up to the top and swing across to the edge here.
All right, go ahead and make your dexterity check.
Indiana Jones style. And that's a 8.
The light is this light that's emanating off of you. It's kind of shining in your eyes, making it hard to see. And you sling the grappling hook up there, brink, and it clinks off of one of the stony legs of the giant spiders, and just doesn't latch on.
Apparitions or no? Can I make another?
Well, we'll say you still have a bit of speed left. You still have like half your speed. What do you do with that?
Knowing that this thing comes at me, I will retreat back 15 feet towards the owl. Yeah.
Okay, so you like go back and wait, and then on your next turn, return. Is that right?
Another running jump or another running start to fling it up there.
Okay, go ahead and make another dexterity check. All right, this time it latches on, and you get it like hooked on one of the legs of the spider, and then you swing across. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, you go swinging. In the middle of your swing, that apparition attacks again.
Oh dear Lord!
The lid of the urn pops open and it releases the thing like right in the middle of your swing, and tries to once again stab you.
No,
it's 21 to hit. So I'm thinking that's going to do it, and you take 4 points of force damage and make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Okay,
that's you've got
like a 20. Yep.
20.
So you're in the middle of the swing. That's when the apparition stabs you, and then it vanishes. And it's like it tries to knock you off of that rope. It tries to knock you prone and to fall down into the spikes, into the spiker trap. But you hold on, and it kind of like jostles you a bit, and you continue your swing to the other side. And I presume you're landing in the corridor there. Is that right?
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, so I stay on, and I land on the other side, and as fast as I can, I want to get away from this room. And I'm cursing Morpheus under my breath. What have I done, Morpheus?
Ha, 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 ha. What are you, some kind of glow bug? You look half dead. Hope they finish the job soon. And you look, and the door is talking to you. In the middle of the door, there's the brass face. There's a brass face shaped like an orc.
I say, what are you laughing at? You're a door.
I'm laughing at you and your dumb face. By the gods, you're ugly.
You should look at yourself in the mirror.
I happen to be beautiful. Look at this polished brass.
I say, does the door have a discernible like face, or is it just emanating from the door?
It's a brass orc's face fitted into the center of this like polished wooden door with like brass trimmings. It also has a handle with a keyhole in it.
I say, you think you look good? And I put my face right up to him and I say,
oh,
orc
it's
beauty.
Even worse when you're up close.
This is orc beauty. Look at all my disgusting teeth.
Look at that dumb hat. What, did you come out of some kind of elf fashion show?
Oh, how dare he? Oh, now it's... That hat's an heirloom. How dare you?
Yeah, well, it really was looming in the air when you threw it.
You can see past this room?
I can see over into that one.
How'd you
I've
like
been
another?
watching you the whole time. I was hoping you would die.
Oh, really?
Like
You're supposed
the
to be
others.
supporting a fellow orc.
I'm not an orc, I'm a door.
Well, I'd prefer if you were a jar. Can you open yourself?
The orc laughs, actually, at that. And when he chuckles, you hear a... Oh, damn it! He seems to have unlocked in his chuckling.
Oh, yes. That's right. Open. Open for me. Can I...
Okay, you open the door, and the light that's like glowing off of your body sheds into this new room. I'm going to look at the time on that. 1 minute. Okay. So I think we can assume now that the glowing is fading. All right, let me turn that off.
Thank heavens. go stand.
Glow
in the threshold.
fades. You open the door, and there's another room beyond, pretty well lit, and it looks like it has some like multiple ways out. And you hear another voice. Who is there? And a short figure, about 3.5 feet tall, comes into view. He is wearing a black leathern a raven's mask. And he has these kind of obnoxious, big, pointy ears protruding out. And he looks like he's wearing a cloak and maybe some light armor, and he does seem to have some weapons under that cloak. Another orc comes this way. Is there an entire cell full of you that they're sending in here?
Another orc? Aside from this door?
I've already seen 3 of you. Well, 3 of your kind, that is.
Phew.
Yes. Did you not come from some sort of holding cell of multiple orcs, perhaps a band that was captured?
No. I lie to him. I say, I'm a champion of Morpheus.
Are you also the second Morpheus-related champion that's come through here recently, too?
Did you see my glow?
No. Glow?
The light that poured into this chamber.
No, I did not see that.
Well,
You are
that
welcome
wasn't
to
me.
enter in here, by the way, and thank you for not doing any damage to my door.
No, of course not. He looks like an orc.
Yes.
The door.
Can
Can I still speak to the door? Is the door speaking?
The door is just grumbling. Oh, yeah, go ahead and get in there.
I say to the door, who is this character?
I am Raven. Who are you?
I was speaking to the door, please.
Oh, he's not much one for pleasant conversation.
Fine, and I close it. And I step in.
You see there are 3 open exits out of this room. Also on the western wall close to you, there are 3 wooden doors. Very simple, plain, smaller wooden doors. This place is very dangerous. Would you like a companion?
I would. Are you a goblin?
I am. But
Good.
that is of no relevance.
It's of your nature to follow me.
Yeah. I am the keeper of Ratsfray. I will not follow you.
Why do you keep rats? How do they help you?
I do not keep rats. I am the keeper of this trial. I'm the keeper of this gauntlet. The gauntlet is called Ratsfray. In fact, there are quite a few rats around here.
Tell me the way to win this.
Well, that is up to you. But a companion might be of assistance in your victory. If you would like, select one of the doors. Behind 2 of them, there are goats, and behind 1, there is a lizard man.
Do I want the lizard man?
Well, he is much stronger than a goat.
But will he comply? I look to
He
him.
has been trained. They all have been trained to obey simple commands. Do not betray him, and he will not become treacherous to you.
I will certainly pick this first door.
Before you open that, allow me.
Now, hold on.
Raven walks over to
pause
here.
him. Can I stop him? Is that possible?
What is that?
Are you trying to trick me? Take me out of opening this door when that door contains the lizard man? Step aside. I open this door now. And I go to the middle one.
Have it your way. He unlocks it, and you open it.
Oh, no,
and
no.
inside,
You're trying to trick me.
a
Oh,
mountain
no!
goat. A mountain goat walks out.
Where's his keys that he opened that from? Is it on a ring or something? Is it a...
Yes, he has a keyring.
I say, you've tricked me. This is foul.
I did no such thing. Look at the horns on this goat. A nice, testy mountain goat. Surely this would be of some avail. The goat clops over and gives you a bit of a sniff, maybe nibbles at you.
I say to him, I believe you've, chosen for me. I was choosing this door, the first one, don't you remember? And I want to maybe, like, intimidate him into opening this door instead.
You don't scare me. You had better get out of my face and take the companion that you have found.
You talk to all orcs this way?
I talk to anyone who I please this way. I am the keeper of Ratsfray. You would do well to not be menacing to me.
All right. I'll go over to my goat. What is this goat's name?
It's just a goat. I have not named it.
Well, name it, so I can call it.
Name it if you want. It is just a goat.
I'll call it just a goat. All right, just a goat. Follow me. What a strange name. And I like kind of glare at the keeper of rats. And I'll move with the goat. Does that have a leash, or do I grab it by the horn or something?
It has no leash, but it does seem to understand very basic commands. So follow and it will follow you.
This
Go
way,
and it will
just
go
a
where you
goat.
point.
Let's go. At least I guess if I get hungry, this'll be food. Come. What's down these pathways, keeper? Or do you not even know?
I will not say.
Of course,
You
which
see
path would you say
you see a
leads?
tunnel. It's dimly lit.
Okay,
To the
that
north,
one, right?
you
The
see a
the center one?
corridor. The center one, yeah, it's like a tunnel, kind of a natural cave type tunnel, dimly lit. Up above, you see a masonry corridor, brightly lit, and to the bottom is another corridor. It is dimly lit.
So this is the fastest way, correct? The tunnel? I point to it. What's the matter?
Raven
Rats
does
got
not
your
respond.
tongue?
Yeah, he doesn't
Rats
respond.
got your tongue? All right, then. You trick me again. I go north. That's clearly the way out. I look to his response.
He fairly well has a poker face.
Of course he does. I say to him, fine, we go this way. I want to look at the doors again to that, like where the goats are stabled. Do those doors look like they're easy to perhaps like, I mean, he opened it with a key. I mean, I do have thieves' tools. I have a criminal background. Does it look like something that would be pickable? Okay. As I journey further down this tunnel, what of you? Do you follow me and harass me at every turn?
I am not here to harass. I have furnished a companion for you.
You tricked me. That door should have been mine. I'll
You
point to the
keep
bottom
saying
door.
this thing of trickery, though I do not think I haven't done any such thing.
All right. Well, this guy doesn't really want to give me any information, so I'm gonna
No,
go
he
down
seems to
this
be
hallway.
quite tight-lipped about what is behind, what is down these different ways.
Fair enough. I'm gonna check the tunnel first. Follow
A
me.
gate,
Goat.
an iron gate, slides down from the ceiling, much like it did previously.
Oh no, no!
You have
Oh, I was
chosen
gonna-
the middle path.
Try to sneak back in. Damn.
The floor drops off just a little ways ahead. It's a ledge, and it looks to be dropping down into a natural cave pool.
I look into the goat. I'm like, you first.
Okay, you tell you tell the goat to go.
Well, I tell him to stand by the edge, and I point to the spot. Yeah. Does anything happen to him?
Bobs his head and looks there. Just a moment later, something does happen, actually.
Oh. Uh-oh.
A tentacle reaches up, grabs the goat, and just pulls it under the water. You're going to need to roll for initiative.
Great.
Yeah.
It had to be octopus. And I get a total of 10.
So the creature appears here. It comes up just a little bit, so it's starting to just come over the lip of the ledge there. A giant octopus. It reaches out a tentacle at you, Zergon, while it's chewing on goat. That is 22 to hit. The tentacle reaches up. It is a 22 to hit, and it deals 13 damage. It seizes hold of you and squeezes with a painful constriction. I believe you have an orcish feature that will keep you at 1 hit point.
That I do, yeah. Yeah. So that would have
Relentless
cleared me out
endurance?
no matter what. Yeah. It's so it's the relentless endurance. So every time I drop to 0 or below, or, when I would normally go unconscious, I go to 1.
All right, you are at 1 hit point. Your vision's starting to blur. You're in great pain. You are restrained in the tentacle of the giant octopus. It's your turn now.
Okay, so I guess this all depends on if I can get out of this attack here, because I have 2 options really in my mind. I can do Second Wind to get back some hit points. That's a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can do, and I have Adrenaline Rush, which means I can get away. I can take the dash action if I need to, can disengage and then move. but I stuck, right? I'm grappled?
Yep.
What would the check be to get out? Am I using acrobatics or athletics?
Either one.
Either one. All right, I'm going to use acrobatics to try to get out. There it goes.
Good roll. You wriggle free and are no longer grappled and restrained by the giant octopus.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use... I guess I've got to use second wind because I can't disengage now because I use that as my action. So I'll use a second wind and gain a D10 plus 1 back. Big money here. Big money. 5.
5? Okay. You recover some of your vigor. You're out of the grasp of the tentacles, but the thing is still right there. You have your speed.
Do I think I would know this thing could follow me, or is it too big to go through this tunnel, or...
It looks like it can get itself up onto the dry land, though would be much slower. The tentacles are quite long, though. They have a 15-foot reach.
I'm going to stay. I can disengage next turn, and I'm getting an attack anyway.
Okay, so we go to the octopus's turn. And it reaches out at you with a tentacle strike again. 16 to hit?
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, boy. Here we go. It is 10 damage. And do you have any more of those relentless endurances, or is that just a one-shot thing?
It's a one-shot thing, yeah.
You are squeezed into unconsciousness, and you feel yourself being dragged into the cold, clammy grasp of the giant octopus to be taken to a watery feasting beneath the water.
Curse you, Morpheus.
Oh, Bob. Well, man, you gave it a pretty good run.
What can I say? Tried.
Spectacle.
Damn goat.
Death and doom.
Well, I will say one thing.
The goat got hit by a critical hit from the hiding octopus.
I will say one thing though about the adventure here. I definitely felt scared the whole time, so that was good.
I'm glad to hear that. That's a good sign. All right, man.
Oh, man.
Well, thank you very much for playing, and we'll wrap things up there. Everybody who's been watching, thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the next competitor, and let's see how they can fare in this brutal dungeon. Until then, my brave companions, may your adventures be many.
Watch out for octopus.